our maximum abundance, our highest timeline, where we are supposed to make the most of our life, right? The most amount of abundance in terms of money or name or whatever, like whatever abundance is to you, abundance in every form, in every aspect, is directly related to our calling, our purpose, and the type of work that we are called to do in this lifetime. A lot of people might already know about this thing, but I'm trying to explain it a little more in detail as to what people can do if they have not been able to figure out their job purpose, or they are wondering why they are not at their most abundant timeline yet, even after they've done so much work over the years. From decades they are doing so many different things, but they are still not at their best place. They are still feeling lack, they still don't have a lot of things. Is because it is to do with the kind of work that you're doing. It's about the kind of thing that you are doing or you're not doing, which you're actually called to do. A lot of people might not think like that, might not believe that they have some special skills or they can even help someone, etc. But I think each one of us have something specific, something different and unique about us in this entire world, each individual, and it's just the matter of time when we figure it out. For example, just giving random examples of these cricketers or actors or anything. There are people we know, right? Actors also, cricketers also, who were doing something else before, who were into some other professions before, and they were just sailing through in life. They were not really doing anything big, right? Because their job was to play the sport in this lifetime. They were called to play this sport, and once they played this sport, they really hit it off. They really became like the best of the best, and they made their name. They got their share of abundance in the form of name, reputation, and of course the wealth and everything, the entire legacy that they created. Like for example Dhoni or somebody, and I'm sure there are numerous people that I don't even know, but all these people, once they came into their power and they understood, okay, this is what you're supposed to do, that it's that calling. Once they hit that calling and they gave into it and they approached it, that is when only they were able to achieve their abundance. Only then abundance, the highest form of abundance, knocked on their door. Even, and I'm not saying that it has to be something which is in the public profession. It doesn't have to be like that. The being a sport person or an actor or a musician and a live performer, etc., that is you being in front of the public eye. But everybody doesn't have to do that. You might have a completely different calling. You might have a completely different calling which doesn't require you to be in the public eye, but still is your calling, and you're very good at it, and which will give you your share of abundance, your highest timeline. It will take you to your highest timeline where you receive your wealth, your legacy. And if that destiny has something to do with name and fame, and it has to give you that, then that also will come to it. It completely depends on the kind of work, completely depends on that kind of profession, what all it brings along with you. Now, if all these people, these actors, these cricketers, these musicians and other people who at least we know who had a different career earlier, they had been stuck in their old career, in their old path, and they had not moved on and not taken that plunge and that risk, thinking that, okay, maybe I'll lose everything or I will get everything, but let me take that risk. I don't know what is right, but I'll have to take this risk. It looks very big, but I might still have to take it, right? If they hadn't taken the risk, they would have never understood that their share of abundance, that huge share of destiny abundance, was lying on the other side of this decision, on the other side of this plunge. They would never know about this. They would be stuck in their old life, in their old job, where they would be just sailing through in life, making okay, but not really getting the share of abundance. And none of us also would know their story. None of us would also recognize them or know them for who actually they are supposed to be, who they are. So that is the whole point. Basically, your huge share of abundance is not going to come to you unless you go to that right spot, go to that right place in that right timeline, unless you're there in that right timeline, because it requires you to have that much amount of intuition, amount of faith, amount of risk-taking abilities, amount of, you know, that belief in yourself and everything put together. Basically, you come into so much power that you raise yourself, you go into a different timeline, your destiny timeline, and then from there on your destiny and your abundance and everything starts getting activated. And unless that, your destiny abundance cannot be handed over to you, cannot be given to you. The key is just not going to open. Now the whole challenge that comes along is that people might be good at so many different things. Some people have more than one talent, multiple, maybe 3, 4 even, right? They're doing so many different things, and you will notice even for yourself or some people in your life that they would have been doing something for decades, okay, and they consider themselves very good at it. They're exceptionally good at that too. They're very good at that. They're very professional. They have a lot of experience and proficiency in it, but in spite of that, they are not able to really unlock the destiny abundance in that particular work that they do in that profession. Now, why is that happening? It's because that particular thing is still not the task that you are actually called in to do. You're supposed to upgrade more. You're supposed to become again another different version of you. That is not it. That is not it. And you will wonder, how come it's not something that I'm supposed to do till the end of my life, till my last breath, because I'm so good at it anyway. But it's like one of those tasks that you jump over. It's one of those, you know, benchmarks, like those landmark jobs that you do, but you ultimately have to land onto something else only. These are those milestone spaces, the milestone jobs which will take you to the final thing via a lot of karmic baggage, via a lot of karmic debt that you will keep releasing while doing all this. The kind of people that you will keep meeting, it's like a complete journey that you will keep, you know, going up and down. You will keep releasing your baggage. You will keep unloading of your karmic debt and keep meeting new people in that process. A lot of people who will be from your past as well, from your past lives itself, who you have still some exchanges left, and you'll be doing all of that. It's going to take some time, and then finally you will maybe land at your final thing, and that is when you will realize how different it feels. That will be your real calling, because by the time you've reached here, you would have already matured a lot. You would have already, your planet placements would have matured a lot in your birth chart also. Now in this, there can be two different scenarios. In one scenario is when people get into their destiny profession, into their kind of job that they are meant to do very early on in life. Very for example, these cricketers who did not have other jobs before, Sachin Tendulkar or somebody, or all these people, like a million examples that we have in this world. A lot of international people also, who basically started their dream job, their whatever that they were meant to do. I won't even say dream, because the dream keeps changing for a lot of different people. But these people who were supposed to do what they came down on earth in this particular lifetime for that job early on, they started training early on, they got into it very early on, and they started their career very fast. Those are the people who are going to receive their abundance very early. They will be the rich millionaires, like the young billionaires, or those kind of people who have reached their destiny abundance very early. That is one category of people. Now why is it like that for them is because they have less karmic debt. They have chosen that kind of a path, that kind of a life path, destiny path, where they don't have to go through a lot of ups and downs of karmic baggage and dealing with people in various other places, in different countries, different towns, etc. They don't have to do all of that. They immediately start off and they play their path. They get onto their path very fast. They don't have that karmic debt to be given to anyone. So they immediately start off, basically. That is how their life is planned. Now for a lot of other people, the second category people, they come in with a lot of karmic debt, karmic baggage, which is why they initially have to go through a lot of different kind of places, meet different people, go through various different kind of training, training which basically happens through various kind of jobs, multiple profession changes, multiple job changes, country changes, etc. And that takes a while, right? That takes maybe like 20 years, 30 years. And in that process, when they're going through that whole journey, they release their karmic debt. They would have brought a lot of karmic baggage, which they have to give it out, which they have to release through all these experiences, and only then they can go to their abundance, their entire destiny, their wealth transfer, their share of all the good things. The transfer, basically the divine transfer that happens into their life, is not going to happen unless they give off their karmic debt. It is designed like that. They're not going to be given that early in on life. It is not possible. Only once they release their karmic debt through a lot of learning, through a lot of various kind of experiences, then finally they land their timeline. They get into that version of themselves which they feel like, okay, now this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what my maybe the final thing is, where I'm going to unlock my destiny abundance, which comes with whatever, comes with money, comes with peace, comes with a lot of financial freedom, comes with some amount of name and fame, if that is associated with that profession, that is. So it depends on what each person is doing, and that is how it will get transferred to you. Now, the other concern that a lot of people have, which is like, okay, I'm good at so many different things, I'm good at 3-4 different things. Now, how do I know which one it is that is supposed to be my destiny abundance unlocker? You know, which one it is, and why am I given so many talents? Why am I good at this and that? If these are not supposed to be my destiny, unlockers, these are not supposed to be the final thing, then why am I good at so many things also? How will I know? Isn't that confusing? Right? That is the question a lot of people have, and it is basically, now you guys would be people who have lived so many other lifetimes where you've mastered these other skills. Like, for example, you are very good at something like a painting or something. You're like a master painter, you're a maestro, you just know how the strokes go, and you can just paint. You're a very high level painter, an artist. Now, how did you learn how to paint all this? It's not coming from this lifetime alone, it's coming from your past lifetime. This whole thing where you became a master, you have a lot of talent in painting or pottery or music or something, where you are so good with a certain instrument, even so good with some kind of skill, very, very creative at something, even if it is filmmaking or anything. These are things that you've not just mastered in this life. It is not possible for you to get so good just by being in it for 5 years, just because you did that particular course. And now you are in that industry for 3 years and you're so good anyway. You feel like that you're very good, right? Even if you're doing it from the last 10 years, but you're like one of the best. It is not something that you've learned only in this lifetime. You've carried these talents, these guns, okay, from your past lifetime. You've been practicing these things in your other lifetimes also. That is how your soul recognizes these talents. Your soul knows exactly how to hit that note, how just a little bit of practice and you are able to do something so fast, so well, like other professionals anyway, like other professional people who have been doing it since 10 years, 20 years. But you are also equally good at it, because you're not doing this just now. You're carrying these gifts, you're carrying these talents from your past lifetimes, many other lifetimes, where you have already mastered it, where you have been doing these things. You are a master anyway, bringing those things from those other lifetimes. But in this lifetime now, maybe you're not supposed to do just this. You feel like you're very good at it, and that's why you're feeling like, okay, maybe I should keep doing this. But you would have noticed that even if you're doing this from like 10 years or a decade or a couple of decades, you've still not been able to unlock your destiny abundance. You're not able to, you're still sailing through. You're not exactly able to completely shine in the way you are meant to. That is because the whole programming is not going to allow you to shine and receive your abundance unless you go beyond it. It completely depends. You have to analyze yourself, you see it for yourself, which is the scene, which is the scenario for yourself. Be discerning, see your life patterns and understand it for yourself. It will be different for everyone. I'm just explaining the whole thing, but you'll have to understand it yourself, exactly what matches your scene. And it's not like the age factor and stuff. Life can change at any point of your life, at any point, till the time you're alive, right? Things can change very fast, even overnight sometimes. So if you're still feeling like, okay, this is not something which has given me the kind of abundance that I was hoping for, wishing for, and I deserve, even when I'm doing this so well from so long, maybe you need to listen to yourself and hear out your own calling and see for yourself as to what is it that is calling you apart from this. Is there something else that is deep down there which will actually unlock your abundance? So like I was saying, right, even if people are confused as to why the hell am I talented in so many other things, when why are these talents given to me if I'm not supposed to use them? You've used them enough. You've used them in your past lifetimes. You've used them in this lifetime as well to sail through, though. You've sailed through enough now, and now you need to go again, upgrade yourself, upgrade from here also, and become the next version, the next thing that is going to activate you. It has not activated. Your abundance has not gotten activated. Your health, the best health that you can have, the best the version that you can be, if that has not gotten activated in your life till now, then you need to take a look at it. Then you need to take a look at yourself, your own profession, the kind of things that you're doing, that maybe there is something else that you should do that is calling you or something. Which is why some people also follow their life in phases. One thing takes them to the other. They don't do just one thing their entire life. Of course, the whole world has changed now, and nobody does just one thing in their entire life now. The whole world has really progressed so far. But it's like one thing takes them to the other. The next 10 years, they do something else. But then finally, something unlocks at the end, once your planets also mature in your birth chart. And that is when you will know. You will understand it for yourself. You will realize it yourself. You will feel it in your soul. You will feel it in your bones. For people who are feeling like they're doing their best, they have already cracked their abundance code and they're in their space and they have really accomplished everything. They're in their highest timeline, in their best timeline. They have the best of their health, the best of everything. Then for those guys, maybe, yes, you are doing what you are meant to do. You're actually doing what you are supposed to be doing here in this lifetime. Sometimes the divine will make you realize, make you feel like, okay, there's just one missing piece now. One thing that is missing. You're ready. You've gone through the entire journey. Now you're completely prepared. Now just this one thing you need to do. That is what is calling you out so bad. And once you do that, everything will just lock in. The whole thing will fall in place and it will start working on its own. And how you'll understand it is that it will become very effortless. When you're doing something that you're meant to do, the final thing that you're supposed to do here, which is supposed to unlock everything for you, it's like the machine, right? The gears of a machine, they automatically lock in and everything starts moving. Everything starts moving very, very effortlessly. Very effortless it becomes, and the whole machine, the whole organism, it starts working. It's like churning on its own without too much effort from you. It's supposed to feel like that. Whereas in the other things that you're doing, it might feel like, although you're very good, you're very talented and everything, but still you have to put in a lot of effort to get the required results, or you're giving too much and the results are not enough. It's barely there, like you're not getting anything back. You're getting just enough to sail through. That is the whole difference you will feel. But when you're doing that thing, that particular thing it can be just anything. I really don't know. It can be, so many different things for all kinds of people. But once you know this is what it is, it will really lock in. The gears will lock in and start moving automatically. Like, it is supposed to become very, very effortless for you.